Raptor protective coating bed liner for a pickup truck. I want to share my experience. I'm not a professional, DIY. I just wanted to save some money, do it myself, and these are the products that I used. From Amazon, it was the Raptor kit in black. It was about $140 with the spray gun, and the Z-Grip body filler was from my auto body shop. It was about $35 to fill the dents because the truck had a lot of dents. You can get amazing results. It's just what you put into the preparation and follow the instructions. And on this particular truck, it was a big job removing the existing bed liner that was peeled, and I had to strip it with a 36 grit flat disc pad and a 4.5 inch angle grinder from Harbor Freight. And it took a few days to strip it down and primer it to get it ready for the bed liner. And on this particular truck here, it was the original paint, and it had a lot of dents in it, and that's where I used the body filler. And I used these sanding blocks from Durablock. I bought them from Amazon, and the Duragold adhesive back sandpaper, 40 grit and 80 grit, which I also got from Amazon. And the 40 grit was to go over the body filler to bring it flat to the flat surface, so it would level off with the panels with the block. And then the 80 grit was the final sanding for the texture that's recommended to spray the Raptor liner. And you want to completely sand every shiny spot. All the clear has to be sanded and scuffed to a dull finish. And you got to take your time. It's a lot of work. And be sure that you only sand the area that you want to spray the bed liner, and everything else is going to be masked off with masking tape, which I use the automotive masking tape that works really well on the painted surface. That doesn't leave any residue or adhesive marks when you peel it off. And after you do all your sanding, keep your area clean and inspect your work. And you're usually going to find more dents that you missed, so take your time, don't rush it, because if there is dents and you spray the liner, the dents will show in certain angles. And I covered all of my body filler with primer, which I got from Home Depot or AutoZone, O'Reilly, and it's just the Rust-Oleum automotive primer, like a 2K, to seal all the body filler. You use etching primer if you have any bare metal spots, because you want to cover those areas before you spray your bed liner. And just take your time, and it's a lot of work, but the more time you put into the project, the better your results are going to be. Right there was an existing hole drilled for whatever reason. I should have covered it, I didn't, and now it's kind of bothering me that it's there, but it still came out nice. However, the air compressor, they recommend from 50 to 60 psi, and the spray gun that's supplied screws onto your bottles that the bed liner is in. And be sure you mask everything. I got my plastic from Home Depot, and I covered everything. I should have covered the front of this truck right here, because I did find some little spots of bed liner, which I was able to catch early and remove them with just a little bit of acetone. But you got to be careful that you don't want to paint the areas that you don't want painted. So take your time and cover them up. There's a cup that's provided in the box of the Raptor kit, and you put 8 ounces of your hardener, which is a activator that has to be mixed in with your liner product, and you pour it into the bottle. There's enough room in the bottle to pour your hardener, and then you put the cap back on, and you have to vigorously shake that bottle for at least 2 minutes. You thoroughly got to mix that product very, very well, and that would assure a correct curing process and allow the product to dry. And The product sprays fast, it sprays easy, but you got to keep your gun moving. You got to keep on moving your gun in circular motions. Target your hidden areas first, like under your bed rails, in your corner areas, and because you don't want to see any light spots or spots that you missed, and have to go back and redo your work. And this here is one full bottle, and you can see how much it covers. But I sprayed the walls first so I can go step into the bed. Basically, I laid in the bed, and I was able to tuck under and spray underneath the bed rail area to get a full coverage in those hidden areas. And then I came on the outside with a little step ladder, and then I sprayed the flat surface of the basic floor bed. And I just kept on going and spraying, moving the gun, and when you stop and spray that trigger, you can get a puddle, and then you can just create a lot of problems. And after my third bottle, it almost looked like a complete project was thoroughly covered. But the more you look at it, you can find little areas, maybe on edges or something that you may have missed. So you want to target those areas. And what I do is I just spray in circular motions, just keep spraying circular motions, just to keep the gun moving, just to keep an even flow pattern and to not get any puddles. And just be sure to mask everything. See how the masking is a nice clean straight line all along the bed areas. Masking is nice and clean. That way when you remove your tape, you're going to have a nice clean straight line, because if your tape is not straight, that bed liner is just going to follow your tape line, and it's not going to look right. So hopefully this helps people. And the preparation is a lot of work. The spraying goes fast. You do want to wait between bottles 30 minutes. It's recommended 60 minutes. But I think because we're in the Central California summer day, the drying process was faster. So I waited about 30 minutes between spraying my 4 bottles, and it worked out fine. And I waited about 30 minutes before I removed the tape. And be careful removing your tape, because you don't want to make any mistakes and touch your bed liner. And you'll be happy with this, and hopefully this helps somebody, and good luck.